I did a little shopping and I got this Alaskan chainsaw mill so that I could more easily create lumber out of my logs. This will attach, it says recommended for a bar up to 20 inches. I have a 16-inch one here that I use sometimes, and I also have an 18-inch, so this will be good for the stuff that I do. Okay, I got this all assembled off camera. There's plenty of videos of how this goes together. Unfortunately, mine was used. There's sawdust in here that you could probably see right here. So somebody had this before me, didn't like it, and returned it. Okay, I'm going to make a rail guide for the Alaskan sawmill that I just bought, and I just got two 8-foot 2x4s. I cut the rails to 5 feet long each, and then I cut a bunch of spacers at 11 3/4. I went with 5 feet because I just get logs, you know, from here and there, and I'm not expecting to have any logs longer than 5 feet. If you were going to do full boards, obviously you'd want longer rails. But everything else should be the same. So I'm just going to put these spacer blocks in here. I'm probably not going to use all these. And then I'm going to screw down into the log through these boards. So this is simply just going to be a matter of screwing in these spacers to the rails. And then the sawmill will just slide on this, and this is only for the first cut. After that, you have a flat piece for the sawmill to ride against. These are 3.5-inch screws that I'm using. Three and a half inch screws seem a little long. We're going to switch over to 2.5-inch screws. Okay, so I got the two end pieces in. I'm just going to put screw these last three in then. And there's no rhyme or reason to where I'm putting these. I just need space to screw the rails down to the log that I'm going to cut. So wherever these are, I just need to make sure that I have, you know, my log's never going to be bigger or too small to go in between these. Okay, so that's it. Like I said, this is real simple. I just need a flat surface to make the first cut. This part will get screwed down to the log. So the log will go here and I'll just screw this down, and that'll give me my first cut. And then after that, it'll be flat like this, and the sawmill will just ride on this flat part to cut each additional piece. Okay, so I'm out back. I got my log and I got my chainsaw mill, so I'm going to try it out. Here's the rail guide that I made yesterday, and I am going to screw this down. With some of those 2.5-inch screws. Alright, I got 4 screws in there. Depth of my chainsaw is clearly not enough. So we're gonna just loosen these up. Alright, so I got this at 6 inches. I'm going to start from this end and just push it up. Alright, so the first cut went really nice. Now I just got to adjust the depth for however thick I want to make this piece. And keep going. Okay, so I set the depth for 1 inch. So we'll try making our first slab at 1 inch. That chainsaw needs to get tuned. It's running way too hot. But that slab came out awesome. It's a fairly clean cut. I would say 2 passes on each side through the planer, and it'd be perfectly smooth. Okay, so I just finished cutting up that log. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 1-inch pieces and 1 2-inch piece with that chainsaw mill, which worked awesome. My chainsaw, on the other hand, not so much. Let me give you a close look at the cuts on this. They really came out nice. And the saw doesn't matter if it's 1 inch or 2 inch, obviously, it just wants to cut. But so these pieces all came out really good. I'm very happy with my chainsaw mill. My chainsaw, I'm hoping that the carburetor needs to get adjusted, and that's it. But this worked really good. Okay, I used the leftover pieces from the top and bottom of the log when I was sawing it as a bottom sticker, and then I stickered it all up to dry. So we'll leave this for a while, let it dry, and then we get to make projects. It's going to be fun. A little bit of hardware. This is used. Bye-bye.